ticker symbol VIRI with a very impressive upside continuation. Let's go over what's familiar first, though. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. This is ARCa coming at you with a VIRI, technicals, raw price action, and statistical threat of analysis on this Hump Day Wednesday. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCa Bulls. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. Okay, you guys, so yes, we are looking at VIRI here on the daily chart. And I actually just want to point out that we were looking at this when we got our silver cross here that consists of the shorter time frame exponential 20 period crossing over the 50 period exponential. Okay, you guys, so that is very, very much a bullish sign, especially when we're looking at it from the daily perspective. Okay, so the way we were able to see the upside here was based on this right angled broadening ascending wedge, and upon the breakout, we actually just took a trend line as simple as this, right? We just took a trend line from the bottom side of the triangle or the wedge all the way to the top side, and we applied it to that area of breakout, and we got a potential target here, psychological target, right, of $1.56. Following that move, we actually did get that topside target, of which came to a high of $1.44 from our 156, so not bad whatsoever. Okay, you guys. So now, we also did talk about the retracement back to validate our newly converted resistance into now a support. And we have validated that support. We even used a 20-day exponential moving average on a daily before a continuation to the upside. Okay, so now this can actually start continuing to the upside to further targets if the sentiment does feel like it could be appropriate, right? So the first targets that we can actually look at, you guys, are actually kind of far away. they're actually kind of up there, right? So remember again, you guys, that this is a very particular situation, and I did mention that it kind of reminds me a little bit of CXAI when it made that parabolic move to the upside. Okay, you guys, so first of all, please notice here that there is no historical price action in this area here, right? So I mean, this is due to this right here, right? So this is where we're actually coming from, right? So this is why we were able to see the ease of a potential move to the upside here too, right? So now I want you to pay attention to the 4-spot 236 at 191 and the SMA 200 located right at about 180. Okay, so there is a likelihood that we can actually, well, you know, first we'll face a retracement from that high of 144, right? We'll likely come back and test our current highs of about 99 cents or even $1 before actually validating that dollar psychological break as a valid area of support before continuing on to that upside, thus meeting that 180. Okay, you guys, so I'm just giving you kind of a discretionary side first. Another thing that I want to talk to you about here is actually the bi-daily Gaussian channel. Okay, you guys, so I want you to notice that we are in fact now getting that chance of actually making a pretty nice move to the upside based on the close and the validation of this mean band. Okay, you guys, so now we actually broke upside of the Gaussian band, the Gaussian bands, right? And we came back and validated that area of support, and it looks like we have made that validation very nicely, right? So we definitely have that hammer candle here at the bottom of a downtrend, suggesting a reversal of price action. That is also very nice. Okay, you guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at a couple other things here. As I'm curious over even the 3-day. And even the 5-day, right? So we could be in line to actually making that topside target. This is about $1.09. Let's go back to this area here to see if we have anything at that 109 area, right? So actually very curious that we do have the 1-spot 618 at 101. So that gives us a little bit of a resistance range, right? We can see a potential touch of this target 101 to about 109, which is where the 3-day Gaussian channel is. Very likely to see a little bit of a pullback here, test a current high of about 96 cents before a continuation to the upside. Okay, you guys, so let's continue validating here. Okay, so let me go back to the bi-daily and show you just how important this is. Okay, so please notice just how many times we've actually done this. Okay, so we come up after capitulating here, we come up to the mean band, we actually test it, right? Reject, We actually break upside of it, come back down and test it, and made a parabolic move to the upside, right? Please notice that that kind of happens every time that we do succeed that mean band from the Gaussian channel, right? We do get some pretty nice moves to the upside when we do start validating that as a current area of support, right? So very, very nice price action here coming in from the Gaussian channel by daily chart, right? So let's go ahead and now move on to see if we have anything of substance, right? So in fact, there could be a setup here. So since we have all of the shorter time frames suggesting just upside everywhere, right? This could be very indicative of resetting the conditions for an upside here on the 5-day, and I'll tell you why. In 17 hours and 17 minutes, this 5-day candle will close above the opening candle prior to this one, right? So these are 5-day iterations. These take a long time. If we do close anywhere upside of the 86.98 zone, I'm talking within the next 17 hours and 17 minutes, this is very likely going to continue on to the upside, thus pressuring our momentum averages. I'm talking about the EMA3 and the SMA14 to the upside. And in that case, we're in the bullish control zone right now. Okay, so in that case, we may actually get a push right into the gravitational zone, which would pull us for a continuation to the upside even still. Okay, you guys, VIRI is looking very, very powerful. Okay, you guys, so this is particular to the 5-day backtest. If that condition does meet one more time, then we would be essentially setting up for another move to the upside of 64 spots, 76% move to the upside, of which takes us to a target of about $1.30, $1.33, right? So now if we look back at our fibs, $1.33 is pretty much the area that we were just speaking of, right? So right around here is that resistance level. So the most obvious target would be that top side that we talked about, right? So now we have a resistance range. 133 to that top side of about 144 is the overall resistance range before we can see if we can continue on to the upside, right? You guys, we'll go ahead and take a look at those things as we move. All right, and then also the two spots, 272 at 129, right? So actually, we'll just go ahead and make it from that 129 to that 144 level that just so happens to be right in line with that 2 spot 618, 145. Guys, this is following geometrics incredibly tightly. Okay, so this is very nice. These are the targets that I'm looking for the short term, right? Relatively short term. Okay, so yeah, let's see something else right here. Yeah, upon these shorter time frames starting that upside, you guys, we are about to set another condition here for a continuation to the upside. Please notice that we have absolute DMI support right down here, right? So we are sitting at about 45% bull strength and absolutely massive ADX represented by this white dotted line sitting at 45%. Anytime that the ADX dotted white line surpasses the 25%, that usually indicates a very strong trend to whoever is on top. In this case, the bulls. Guys, this is getting very, very dangerous for the shorts. If there are short positions open, guys, I would highly suggest for you to maybe liquidate those positions immediately, because there is an absolute threat for a massive upside here, of which can see even a top side of 317. Okay, you guys, that is essentially all the price action that has slid down here. Okay, you guys, so this, just like the bears took control and it slid all the way down, the bulls can very likely also slide on all the way up just the same way. Okay, so I'm just giving a fair warning here to those bears. Okay, you guys, this is another indication as to why it is critically dangerous to be shorting this asset right now. Please notice here, 30-minute immediate short-term time frame using that 14-day simple moving average as a support. Huge upside here, you guys. Please notice that we absolutely have that 4-hour in the bullish control zone now with an upside pivot, 14-day simple moving average upside pivot. We have a bullish cross here on the 8-hour above the 14-day simple moving average, guys, with an upside pivot. We have the daily time frame suggesting a potential resistance here from the 14-day simple moving average, but I do have to tell you that 68% of the RSI, which is where that is, that's the gravitational zone of the bull strength percentile. Very likely for us to find a very short pullback and then continue on to the upside. What does that remind you of? Well, let's go back right over here and just touch on that, right, you guys? So that is actually the top side of this resistance zone located at about 109. Come back down to the area of about 97 cents before continuing on to the upside, right, you guys? So that is literally the 8-hour time frame giving the daily time frame giving it to us right there. So please notice here the bi-daily time frame finding support here and actually is now facing an upside pivot. And most importantly, you guys, we'll go over the 5-day as well. Please notice that the 5-day still has an upside posture here, and we're about to close in 17 hours and 16 minutes. Okay, you guys, when we do close that, if we do close above remember the area of about 86 cents, that's this 5-day RSI is prone to actually pivot straight to the freaking moon. Okay, you guys, so VIRI is looking massively strong, you guys. Just full discretion here and full transparency. I am long this ticker, okay, you guys. So please just know that that first and foremost, I am not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy or sell any assets whatsoever. Okay, you guys, I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. All right, you guys. But with that said, I wish you well, a very, very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.